Okay, hey guys, Top Pops here, and in today's video, I got some pretty great news. So let's get started. And now I know you can probably tell what it is already, but my local 7-Eleven finally got in the 7-Eleven exclusive Mini Puft. Mini Puft. I forgot the T. And I honestly had no clue that they stocked it today because I'd called a couple times and they kept telling me to call back, but there wasn't really any news, so I kind of just forgot about it. And if you guys saw my last video where I was looking for this figure, I kind of kept getting the same news over and over again. It'll be in on Monday, and then when Monday came, it just never arrived. But today I got some pretty exciting news from my friends over at a Funko Popcast. They went to 7-Eleven today and let me know that ours got a couple of them in. And so I think you guys know what that means. Let's go over to 7-Eleven and see if they have any left. All right, everybody, we made it to 7-Eleven, and fingers crossed they still have that Mini Puft with pizza.
And would you look at that, everybody, they have one left, and it is not in the nicest condition, but I gotta get it. And actually, check this out, they don't just have that one, they also have Phoebe, Lucky, the Muncher, and a bunch of these Grogus. Pretty cool.
Alright everybody, we are back and we got the Mini Puft. And also on my way out, I decided to grab a celebratory Slurpee because why not? And also, just a heads up, if you're thinking of going over to 7-Eleven to purchase one of these, my entire purchase today was $25 and I don't think this thing was $10, so these are pretty pricey. But it is definitely worth it for me because I've been looking for this thing for a while. And now everybody, let's get into the Mini Puft with pizza. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I think I showed it in the store pretty well, but this thing is not in great condition. It was the lowest it could possibly be on the shelf, like about, I want to say, maybe half a foot away from the ground, which means that there's a lot of like snow and dirt on the front of this just from boots walking in and out of the store. And I don't know if somebody kicked this thing in or what's wrong with it, but you guys can see on the front it doesn't look too bad, but there is some pretty big dings on the side. And if you guys want to see what I was talking about with the dirt, you can see a big spot right there, and I can definitely get that off. It's just a little bit annoying. And if you guys want to see more of what I'm talking about with the damage, there it is on the side there, so it's not great, but at least I was able to get the figure in good condition. And something else that was really nice about this is that it does have the 7-Eleven exclusive sticker, which doesn't normally happen here in Canada, and actually I believe this is the first 7-Eleven exclusive to actually come to Canada. So it's cool that I was able to get one of these today, and now that I'm looking at it a little bit more, I am seeing way more dirt and snow on the front end than I expected, but like I said, I can wash it off. And you know what guys, since I was able to pick up this figure here, and it was the main one that I was on the hunt for, let me grab all of my other Mini Puffs so we can find out which other ones we're missing. Actually, now that I think about it, most of them are just in the background here. Let me get them. Okay, so the first Stay Puft one that we've got here is, of course, the 7-Eleven one. This was the point of the video, but let's go through the common set first, starting here with the Mini Puft with lighter. And now this one is a really great figure, and also the first Mini Puft figure that I was able to pick up in stores, and I think this thing looks amazing, especially because the lighter is practically life-size. Like, it's probably a little bit smaller than a real one, but I think that's what Funko was going for with a lot of these figures, to make the things that they're holding pretty much what you would see in real life. And I think it was a really neat idea for these figures because they're pretty much the size of a Funko Pop in the movie anyways. Then next up, we've got the Mini Puft with cocktail umbrella, and this is again a really nice one. I like how they put the flower print on the top of the umbrella, and just in general, it looks really cute, especially because he's smiling and he's got the huge umbrella in his hand. Well, I guess small umbrella, but huge to him. And if you guys want to check out the box a little bit closer up, here it is right here. And one thing that I'm really enjoying about these figures, and I just noticed it now, is how short they are on the front of the box. Like, they normally have them pretty tall. Like, even another one here, like Podcast from the Ghostbusters, you can see is almost like double the height on the front. It's pretty funny how short they made them. Oh, and something kind of interesting that I just noticed now is that Podcast has a completely different collection on the back of the box than the Mini Puffs. It's almost like you have two separate lines to collect, and I kind of like that. Then the next one that we've got here is Mini Puft on Fire, and this one here might be one of my favorites just because I like how they made the flames look kind of translucent. And there's also some flames on top of his little hat, and if you look at the match in his right hand, you can see that it's almost completely burnt out, and it looks like a real match. And actually, these ones might even be a little bit bigger than life size. And this Mini Puft here has something kind of unique with it. It's the only one that's worried, and it's definitely for a good reason. Now, this next one that we've got here is the most recent purchase that I've got besides the 7-Eleven one. This one here is the Mini Puft with graham cracker, and I really like this one too. And now that we have the 7-Eleven one in person, we can compare these two a little bit better, because the other day I was talking about how they're pretty much the exact same figure. The only thing that's different is that they gave the Mini Puft with graham cracker a bit of eyelids. And looking at them a little bit closer up, they didn't actually like sculpt in the eyelids, they're just not painted there. And I'm not trying to dog Funko or anything. I actually think that's a great way to almost like reuse the sculpt without making it look the same, because just by adding those little bit of almost like eyelids or eyebrows, he doesn't really have eyebrows, so we'll go with eyelids. It makes the figure seem almost like it has a completely different expression. But yeah, guys, there is the graham cracker one, and I would say for this one it's a little bit smaller, but then again, it also has a couple bites out of it, so it's probably about life size. And yes, I'm gonna keep going back to that the entire video because I really do like that Funko did that. And now, everybody, we've got one more common one in the set, which is the Mini Puft in Cappuccino cup. And this one here might be one of my favorites just because I like how detailed they made the Cappuccino cup, and he's pretty cute popping out of the top of it. And looking on the back of the box, I believe this is every single one of the common ones. If you guys want to check it out, there is all of them right there. There's only 5 of them in the set and then a lot of exclusives, so I'm glad I was able to grab them all when I could. Oh, and you know what? I just noticed it. The Mini Puft in Cappuccino cup actually has the exact same head as the Mini Puft with Cocktail Umbrella, but they're so different, who cares? And Funko used to be way worse about it, with one of them being, you guys ready for this one, the exact same head on Superman, Batman, as well as Jeremy Lin. Kind of weird. And actually, now that I think about it, there might have also been a Captain America with the same head, but I could be wrong about that. But anyways, back to the Mini Puffs. If you guys want to check out the back of the box with the entire common set, here they are right here. And I know in Canada, you're probably still able to get them over at Toys R Us and maybe Hot Topic if you're lucky. Okay, now let's get into the exclusives because we have 3 of them. One of them, of course, being the 7-Eleven exclusive one with pizza, but we also have the Mini Puft with weights exclusive to the Funko shop. And this one here is a great one. I'm so glad that I was able to pick this one up, and I don't know if it's sold out yet, but if it isn't, I definitely recommend picking it up because it looks pretty nice in person. And actually, a little fun fact about this figure here, it was in the top 10 list of 2021 last year, and I could definitely see why. It's a pretty funny pop. And I know that this movie did do really well, especially with all of the callbacks to the original film, so I understand why it made the top 10, probably because of the nostalgia and then how cute these guys are too. And another pop that this one reminds me of is the weightlifting SpongeBob that came out a little while ago because they are pretty similar. And then the last Mini Puft that we've got in the collection is the Baskin-Robbins exclusive Mini Puft with ice cream scoop. And this one here might be one of my favorites just because I like how it actually says Baskin-Robbins on the spoon. And also the fact that it's got one of my favorite ice creams on the end of the spoon there, mint chocolate chip. And now I do want to let you guys know, and you might have seen it a little while ago, I did have to pay extra for this figure. I believe I paid, I want to say 40 or 50 bucks. Like, it's a lot more than retail, but I think it was worth it to help finish the set. And apparently Baskin-Robbins around me still had the figure, but I just assumed they had all sold out, so it does kind of suck, but hey, at least I was able to get it. And now really quickly, guys, before we get out of here, I want to look up which Mini Puffs I'm missing, so that way I know which ones to hunt for. Okay, so I found a list, and it looks like I'm missing more Mini Puffs than I thought. One of them being the Target exclusive Glow in the Dark Mini Puff, which is part of a Target t-shirt bundle, and I don't exactly know what the t-shirt was, but it would be cool to get it. Especially because it looks like all of the fire on the figure glows, and that would probably look pretty cool in the dark. And then it looks like another one that I'm missing, which is a really sick figure, is the Walmart exclusive Mini Puft with headphones. Now I have seen here in Canada, we've been getting a lot more of the Walmart exclusives and a lot of the newer ones, so we might get it eventually, we just haven't seen it yet. Or at least I haven't seen it yet. If anybody else here in Canada has seen this one at their Walmart, please let me know. And then, we also have the Target exclusive Mini Puff Zapped. So it's pretty similar to the one on fire, but this one here he's actually taking 2 wires and shoving them together, and it looks like his stomach is also kind of burnt as well. And the reason I'm missing the Target ones is because they don't really come to Canada. Like, we get some of them over at Toys R Us, but it's not all of them. And the Walmart one, we might get it eventually, but it is still hit or miss, even though we are getting newer exclusives. So like I said, if you guys do see it and you're from Canada, please let me know in the comment section below. And well, anyways, guys, there you go. That is everything for today, and I hope that you guys did enjoy this video, and if you want to see more from me in the future, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that, but this has been another episode of Top Pops. Popsters, thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.
Dripping like a school. Gonna forward school. Baby gonna screw. She funny with it. Cool. V5 full thump. I'm a hump on a bounce. Jack and Jill up a hill. Baby tryna get a meal. Mary had a little lamb. I really do not fuck with, and she calling me the muffin man. I surely like the muffin top. Slow. Like my lashes.